I'm Jim Robison-Cox. Why am I a United Methodist? I'll frame my answer around the word connections. I've been connected to other United Methodists since I was a kid growing up in a parsonage. As a college student in the late 60s, I turned my back on the church, but it soon became apparent that I needed the support of a church community and I needed help to connect to God. United Methodism was not and is not the only option, but the philosophy of open minds, open hearts, open doors has always described the church I want to belong to. Soon after Chris and I married, we moved to Miles City, Montana and joined the United Methodist Church there. From Miles City in the early 70s to Charlotte, Townsend, Helena, Bozeman, Corvallis, Ames, Iowa, back to Bozeman, we've moved following jobs and schooling, but our church membership always went with us and we were active in each church. We get Christmas cards and letters now from across the state and around the country because of connections and friendships we formed in United Methodist churches. My biased view is that United Methodist kids are the cutest and United Methodist friends the dearest. Back to connections, I feel linked to people I haven't met, but who share a commitment to the United Methodist Church. Not that we're a perfect church, but we recognize our imperfections and work to improve. We strive to include others who don't look like us. We do not have to agree on politics or doctrine, but are encouraged to work at defining what we each believe. I've served on many different committees in local churches. I've sung with a lot of choirs and done music. In retirement, I've gotten involved with United Methodist disaster response efforts, which is another connector to people across the country and around the world. I value the way United Methodists help survivors of disaster without preaching or trying to convert people. We go in early and we stay until communities are rebuilt. Our denomination does a good job of handling the money we contribute for disaster response as for other missions. How do connections work in disaster response? Well, luckily our region does not get hurricanes, but we have people from our church who've gone to the Gulf Coast and to Texas to help in rebuild efforts after hurricanes. In April 2019, we got a request from Disaster Response Coordinator in Washington. There was some flooding in a little town in the middle of Idaho, and Dick Pale and I joined with one person from Washington, another from Oregon, and together we helped clean up several houses. So that's a connection to those folks out west. Now we have a wildfire disaster in our conference. Our bishop and our conference disaster response committee are working right now to identify the needs of people affected by fires in Boulder, Colorado. That connection with Western conferences is a resource we now call on. Washington has a whole lot of experience with fires, towns that have burned there, so they give us advice on how to help survivors, and they're sending a load of ash sifting kits to help in Boulder. A leader in Phoenix is offered to drive a trailer of cleaning kits up from there to Boulder. I'm grateful to be part of a group of people who want to help others. I love the people of the United Methodist Church, and I hope that we will always remain helpful, active, open-minded, and connected.